Hi everybody, so I wanted to do a quick video about my new foundation routine, which really isn't a foundation. I've been kind of making my own little concoctions to make sort of like a tinted moisturizer with a bit more color and coverage to it. So one of the things I've been doing is mixing my Mineral Power bronzer makeup booster, which is basically just a liquid bronzer. You can get liquid bronzers, many things. I believe Maybelline has discontinued this, but I got this at Winners a while ago and I really like it. But any liquid bronzer with my sunscreen, and then I've just been applying that, and it kind of evens it out, and this particular thing has a bit of a glow to it. Gives me a good glowy base without like being overkill, so it looks really fresh and evened out. So I've really enjoyed that, and I always set it with my high definition powder by LF. And once again, you can get high definition powders anywhere. MAC does a MAC Prep and Prime powder. Who else? Obviously, Makeup Forever does an HD powder because everyone talks about that one. And a few others I've seen. Even some different mineral brands have a version of that kind of silica powder. Anyway, the next thing I love to use is this Tarte Smooth Operator Illuminating Serum. It looks like that. This is just the small size that I got in the Sephora Glitz and Glam packet I had gotten. And at first I had no idea how to use this at all. I don't really want to pour this out because I really like it and I'm running out, but I will for you guys if I can get any out at this point. But it's just like a kind of a tanny color. It doesn't really have too much tint, but it has a lot of illuminating properties to it. And I don't think it's going to come out now. Maybe I did empty it already. Oh, no, there it goes. It looks like that. And I'm going to blend some out so you can kind of see. So it's not, as you can see, it's almost like pasty. So I looked at this and didn't understand what this is for. It almost even has a bit of a rosy gold tint to it. So I thought this was not going to be a product for me at all, but what I do is I mix some of this with my Korres foundations, and I'll just mix that in right now so you can kind of see. I hope it shows it up. But in doing so, it almost gives it a more dewy effect and really almost shimmery. See if you can see that right there at all. I'm not sure if it's going to show. But it just looks so fresh, and I was almost finding that my Korres stuff was starting to look a bit, I don't know, almost cakey or flaky on my skin because I've been using the retinol product, so it's been really sloughing away at my skin. So I have dry patches that I used to not, and so this was like picking up on any little dry area at all. And so the two kind of give more of a diffused look, so it doesn't look as harsh, and it doesn't, I don't know, it just seems to spread so much better with this stuff on. And I just love this. I've used this with the liquid bronzer as well, and then some of my sunscreen. I've done all kinds of stuff, and I just really love liquid bronzer, and I'm really loving this. And it's to the point where even though the full size is like 32 or 30, something like that, in the States for Sephora, it's like $42 here in Canada. And I've actually even debated buying full version straight in Canada, not waiting until I go to the States, because I like it that much, and I probably would pay that price, which is pretty ridiculous. Really. But I love it. I love it. I love the effect it gives. It's not like overly shimmery, because One of the things I've been doing lately is using up some of my old lotions, and the Burt's Bees Radiance one, like, you're in the sun and it just looks like you're a disco ball. It really is more glitter particles than I ever remembered. So, and maybe I got a bad batch, I don't know, because I don't remember it being that bad, but yeah, so this is nothing like that at all. This is so natural and glowy, and I love it, and it seems like every time I'm using this, sometimes I've used this on its own, and my husband is just raved about my makeup, and when I use these products, it's usually when it's as bare as possible. So, yeah, I think that's a good indication. I also still use I'm back to using this Maybelline Mineral Power concealer, and my color is beige medium 2-4, and yeah, I don't know if it's my color, but it's a bit light, but I kind of use it to brighten up the under eye area, and it seems to work really well. It still blends in, so it doesn't look like there's just this streaks of white under my eyes or anything. And I just find this way, it's just so much more light, and really just is easier to be pat into the skin than the ones that I previously talked about. And so I'm just back to it. It does not give as much coverage as I need, but it still just looks way more natural, and it brightens up the area, so it's fine. I'm not going for the flawless look right now. So I'm really loving those things. The other thing is, sometimes I will just put on the Tarte Smooth Operator Illuminating stuff just as a base, and then I will put on the Pur Minerals foundation in tan. Like I said before, I use like a blush brush or powder brush, something that will just pick this color up lightly and dust it on. I have it on today, and I don't even know if you can tell because it looks like I don't really have any makeup on. But so yeah, I use this, and even on its own, you don't really need the illuminating stuff. This has a bit of a glowy, shimmery, not shimmery, but just has a bit of a, not even a sheen, but once it's on your face, it almost gives you a bit of a illumination, I guess. And I really like that. So this one also I'm really loving, with a powder brush or a blush, something where it's not a buff brush where you're really packing it on. For more of a tinted moisturizer, very natural look. So those are my picks right now for that, and I hope that helped you, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.